All right, we are live. And for anyone joining us here, my name is Brandon Keith. I'm a cybersecurity professional and ethical hacker. And today we're doing a Let's Play on Red vs. Blue. I talked about this game several months ago, and I was very impressed with the layout and the way it really captured what you do in a real cybersecurity aspect. The things on the blue team or the blue side is what cybersecurity professionals typically do when they're trying to defend an organization from cyber criminals or unethical hackers. And on the red team side, there was definitely a lot of good things from there that were very typical of what you'd see in red team exercises or even penetration testing, which was all very good. So we're going to take a look at version 1.4. I haven't dived into it very deep yet. It just came out not that long ago, and we're going to see what all the new features are about. We're going to start our game, and should we play as the blue team or the red team? We're going to start as the blue team. All right. So we play pretty much as the CISO for our organization as the blue team. We get to make all the decisions, and they designed this game very in a similar aspect to almost like a civilization style game where you have kind of almost like a research pool. So if we look at our network here, here's our internal network, and we have a turn timer. So we have 5 minutes to make all our turns, and you see we have our resources. These are our employees, our IT professionals that we can use, and here's our budget. We start with about $50,000, which is actually more of a cybersecurity budget than a lot of organizations I've seen. So let's look at some of the actions we can do. Policies and procedures, that will take 2 people, 3 turns, and so much resources. So you can see kind of the strategic nature of this in how it's designed to kind of lay that out. And I'm going to put this up here for anyone that wants to go out and check out this game. It is available on Steam. We will be doing, I'll be doing a live stream with the developers next week. So this is kind of a preview. So let's see, what should I do here? Well, we should probably start. I always like to start with network segmentation because there's no firewall for this company, which is just bad news all around. So we're going to spend the money for a firewall. I got 2 people left. And what else can we do? I'm going to also install a SIM because a security incident event management system is definitely really important. We definitely want to have that. I don't have enough people for the policies and procedures. Let's look at, I don't have enough money to hire new staff. And this is new. So look, now there is actually physical penetration testing in version 1.4. That wasn't in this version previously. So we see a lot of that now. So this is kind of an interesting area. I think the game is, I think it's like $20 or $30 for this game. It's not a typically high cost. It's pretty affordable. You can find it on Steam. So it's not free per se, but it's pretty affordable. All right, what do I want to do with my last person here? Let's see. I'm going to request budget. I know we just started the game and everything, but I'm going to request more money right away because I have a feeling I'm really going to need to against whatever hackers we're facing. All right, my turn again, and good. Our firewall is installed, so we can actually see now we have a firewall that's going to try and keep some of those pesky cybersecurity people out. Hello, William. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the live. All right, so we have 2 more people back. What do we want them to do next? We should probably segment the network, but we don't have enough people for that right now. So we're going to, let's see, we want to get policies and procedures out of the way because that's really important. That lets us do a lot of good things like 2-factor authentication, enforcing strong passwords instead of having password 123. Lots of great stuff in here. Let's do policies and procedures next. Oh, and I see Clint has actually joined our stream. He's one of the founders of this game, ThreatGen. red versus blue. So great to have you on, Clint. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I was actually just saying earlier this is a bit of a preview because we're going to be doing it next week, but I was going to just dive in and start playing around, and I figured why not stream it while I'm going in, because just why not? Just see how many people actually just hop on and hang out. Oh, hey, David. And for anyone that's getting confusing, not everyone can see all the comments because this is streaming to LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube right now at the same time. And I'm seeing comments from all the platforms. So if I respond to people and people are like, "Who are you talking to, Brandon?" It's probably someone from a different platform. All right, all my people are busy, so we'll see what happens next. I'm a little worried here because the couple of test playthroughs I did, I actually got hacked pretty quickly when I didn't segment my network. And I got one person back. Let's see in my action log. My request budget failed. They just it did not work. So let's go ahead. We'll install a VPN because a VPN is always something that's really important to have. All right, policies and procedures are done. That's good. Now we can start implementing some other really important things like two-factor authentication. We're going to go ahead and implement that right away. Something I always recommend. And someone just said in the comments, this is really good for tabletop exercise. It absolutely is. And I've actually used this inside the organization I work for now at Appalachian Technologies. We've used this to kind of go through tabletop scenarios, and it's been very helpful. All right, we got our VPN installed. Let's see, what else do we want to do? We'll implement. I want to get all my guys back because I want to segment the network. So I want to do something that's only going to take one turn. Let's see. No, that's 3 turns, 2 turns. There we go. We'll deploy USB security. And notice we have to select exactly which computer we want to deploy USB security to. So to employ USB security everywhere, it's actually going to take you a while to get everything. Just like in a realistic scenario, you'd have to take time to install that different type of security. We're going to do that on the engineering workstation because that'll only take one turn for us to do. All right, cool. USB is implemented and we still have 2 more people out. We're going to install endpoint security. And we are going to do that again on the engineering workstation because I'm really worried about that engineering workstation getting hit with social engineering attack, someone opening a bad email. So I really want to protect this guy because if someone gets access to this, they could potentially get over here into our distillery. And they blow it up and that wouldn't be good. All right, cool. Remote access defense. We got our 3 people. We got two-factor authentication implemented. We're doing good so far. We're not hacked yet that we know of. So let's go ahead and we can finally segment the network. Segmenting the network is one of the most important parts I found in this game because it can be really dangerous if you don't segment your network fast enough, just like in real life. If cyber criminals get into your network and it's a flat network, it's not segmented, it's open for attack. Same way in this game when you're playing through. All right, so now I'm just going to skip a few turns because I'm going to be waiting for that network segmentation to get done. And hopefully they don't destroy everything in that time. There we go. So good baseline security. So we've got perimeter secured, network segmented, and security monitoring deployed. So we have a SIM, we have network segmentation going on. So this is really good. That's a great question. I'm not sure for the matchmaking. I've played with some other people online. I've played with some of my Steam friends online with this game. I think you can also play random people or create and join games. So there you can play with more different people online. I'm not sure about all the matchmaking functionality, but I'm sure that question will get asked when we do the developer live stream next Saturday. We'll probably talk about some of that stuff. All right, so now we got a good baseline. So what do we want to do next? There's still more security stuff we can do. And one thing that I am really worried about is the red team can do physical attacks, and they can also do Wi-Fi attacks. They can do all kinds of really bad attacks. So I'm trying to think, what do we want to do next? I'm thinking, there we go, security awareness. So I think it's definitely worth spending the money on that. Now, when you do this, the chance of them getting in with phishing is less because you're doing security awareness. But just like in real life, it doesn't make the chance of someone clicking and opening an email zero. So it's important to invest in that. And then we're going to do, let's encrypt network traffic, which is really good. We want to stop some of those man in the middle attacks by encrypting our traffic. All right, and this is just looking beautiful. I love seeing this. We got all the firewalls in place. Everything is nice and segmented. This is all good. So we don't have any more people right now. Our IT people are all off protecting the network. And so far, nothing crazy going on. And we just did have one of the developers comment there's going to be some improvements in the matchmaking in the upcoming 1.5 upgrade. So this is 1.4. So there is definitely some stuff going on there. Security awareness training implemented, and our network traffic is encrypted. So I'm really surprised. So far, we are on turn 13. So normally I do see some activity right now. So it's very possible they're already in the network and I'm just not seeing them. So let me see, where's my budget at? We're going to actually spend some money for some additional monitoring here. Right here, install network security sensor. We're going to do this, and we're going to install a network security sensor, and we have to choose where in the network we want to put that. I like to start back here just because this area, since this is industrial control systems, this is the area where if they get to like our refinery, they can blow it up. So I like to start back here because I like to know if they're anywhere in here, because since I have this segmented, I know they'll have to get through these firewalls to get here if they get in here somewhere. So I like to try and protect this part first. Just like in a normal environment, you want to protect the assets that are going to be the most critical for the organization. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Near the PLC. So where are most of the comments? They are actually, a lot of them are coming from LinkedIn. You see right there, we have one of the developers joining us. So some of the matchmaking will improve in 1.5. All right, so we got one of our guys back, and we're going to start requesting some more budget because we're starting to run out of money here. And so we're gonna see if we can get some more. Where is my budget button here? There it is. So we're gonna send one of our IT guys off to start begging for some more money here because we're gonna run out of some money soon. All right, so now we got nice network IDS sensor in place over here. We can see we're watching this network, which is great. I'm gonna actually want to put I'm going to go through and just install a couple more of those. So I'll install one over here. And notice I need to install quite a bit of endpoint security yet. Antivirus should be one of the first things you install. So let's start over here. I want to install endpoint security over here, and then we'll work our way back. Yeah, this would be definitely great for certification exams. One of the things I'm seeing with a lot of certification exams is they're getting a lot more real world, because the more hands-on an exam can be, the better. And it's a better way of gauging someone's knowledge. Gauging someone's knowledge just based off a multiple choice test just isn't good enough anymore. All right, so I got 2 people here. And let's see, what else do we want? Oh, system backups. How could I forget that? We definitely need to do that. Shame on me for not doing that earlier. Let's see, what else can we do here? Oh, asset inventory. Oh, I need to hit that. I'm behind on a couple of those things, so we should be doing that. We still haven't even gotten to vulnerability assessments. We still haven't gotten penetration testing done. There's still a lot we haven't done yet, but we do have a lot of network segmentation done, which is really good. So we're hoping that once we start to see some more activity here, which we should start seeing soon. Yes, budget acquired. So that rarely ever happens that I request a budget and get it. So now we have a little bit more money to spend. And let's see, what do we want to do? We have, what do we got? We got 1 person. Let's implement some strong Wi-Fi passwords. Some strong Wi-Fi security, because we definitely don't want Wi-Fi to be the thing that takes us down. Yeah, the asset inventory is definitely extremely important. We don't want to lose that. Loiter removed from perimeter. So apparently, we had a suspicious person was caught loitering around on the perimeter of the grounds, and they've been asked to leave. Oh boy! So we actually had someone doing maybe some physical kind of attacks. Woo-hoo. But we caught him, which is good because I've invested barely anything in. Let's see. So I have 0 people right now, so I just need to end my turn. But we're gonna invest in some physical security because we just caught someone doing some type of physical something. Okay, good. We finally have an asset inventory. That's good. We need that. But now I think we're gonna install some video surveillance cameras. And what's some other things we could do here? I don't have enough people for the vulnerability assessment stuff. I need to hire more people. How much does it cost? Cybersecurity people are expensive. Yeah, $50,000, and that's probably not even accurate. So let's see. What can I do with 1 person? I could install endpoint security. Yeah, because I still need a lot of endpoint security. Yeah, why don't I have it on these remote people? I definitely need it on those remote users. Yeah, CCTV with AI. That would definitely be helpful. Oh yeah, Bobby. This gamified learning is definitely, I think, going to be a major part of the future. I think we'll see a lot more of it with games like this. Get an intern. Yeah, I do. Yeah, maybe that's an option to ask the developers. Can we get like an intern button where they're like less effective? They take twice as long for all operations or something. That's cheaper. And then every now and then they mess up and just let the bad guys in accidentally. All right, so let's see. I'd have to ask for more money to get more staff. I think I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna request more budget, but they're probably gonna say no because I still have a lot of money there, and I don't have an incident. So something that's interesting about this game is that when you have an incident, you can all of a sudden, your budget tends to get approved a lot faster. Isn't that amazing? Um, I don't know when 1.5 will be released. 1.4 was just released. And again, you can play multiplayer right now. I know that they're doing some improvements on that, but you can set up rooms and join rooms with different people and play right now. So there is capability there right now. I know that there's some new plan features for 1.5 because it's going um, next week. And next week on Saturday, we will be doing a developer live stream. Let's see. All right, I can't do anything. So because all my people are tied up. There we go. Now I got video surveillance. That makes me feel better. Now I just need to make sure people are actually, you know, hopefully they're actually monitoring that. So should we install electronic locks? I'm going to say yes. And then we're going to wait and see what happens. So I've actually gone 23 turns and I haven't lost yet, which makes me feel really good because normally what ends up happening is I get this far and then I lose because they're in the systems and I haven't even seen them yet. All right, well funded. Yeah, so I have a way with management. We got more money. This is good. So we are rolling in the dough. So we're actually going to take this opportunity. We're going to hire new staff. And then after we hire new staff, I'm going to request more money again because then I need money to buy tools for the new staff to use. All right, cool. Yes, that is the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do a vulnerability assessment because we haven't done that yet. And that's going to take the rest of almost the rest of our funds here because we could have. Remember, I haven't even started doing patches on any of these systems. These systems could be completely unpatched right now. The only thing that's protecting us right now is our network segmentation and our security awareness training. All right, we got our electronic locks installed. Let's see what we want to do next. Oh, I can't afford a penetration test. I don't got that. Let's create some incident response procedures so that way if we do get compromised, we actually know how to respond. Yes, that would be something like in real life, that would be something like IBM Big Fix or something like that to be able to implement those different patch systems. I know there's quite a few different patch alternatives out there that you can use. It just depends on which one's going to make the most sense. All right. So, yep, I am. All my IT people are off doing their thing. So, we're going to go ahead and see. I'm very curious to know what the red team is doing. Whoa. All right. Next level security. Perimeter secured, assets inventoried, policies and procedures established, and threat monitoring implemented, baseline security achieved, and all second level actions are now available. Now, I can say that I do a lot of IT security consulting, and it's very rare that I see any of this actually implemented, all of this in one organization. It's very rare that all of this is implemented. So this is really good. So now, what's really bad right here is look at all the vulnerabilities I have. So I got a lot of patching I need to do. I got default credentials that need changed. I got system hardening. So let's start patching stuff. So we got a lot of stuff to patch. I'm going to patch those remote users right away because remote users scare me, as they should scare all of you. All right. And hopefully our budget comes in, because I had about 64,000 and we've gone down to $1,000 now. All right. Yes, we have incident response procedures. So now if something happens, if we get hacked, we have a plan of what to do. That's very important. All right. An asset is out of service. This will cost you money until it fixes. You are losing. Oh, shoot. Which one is out of service? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is not look good. Got a lot of skulls over here with weak passwords, so we need to change that. What does that say? Outdated firmware and weak passwords. So let's do. Is that? Oh yeah, I still don't have antivirus installed everywhere. That's not great. Where is the update firmware? Enforce strong passwords. There we go. So I'm going to enforce strong passwords and change default credentials. And we're going to change default credentials for here. And I still got a lot of other stuff I need to do, just not enough time. All right, so next Saturday when we stream this, there will be free Steam keys for the game for people who join our stream next Saturday. All right, so I got all 4 people back here. So we're going to go ahead and go through. Do I want to do system? I want to get rid. I think I still have some weak passwords here. So let's do. I'm enforcing strong passwords. Reset asset. Ah, so this is the denial of service stuff. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the stuff. Reset asset. So I want to do that. So these are the assets that had a denial of service attack that were down, which means they could be in here somewhere. That's not good. All right, so asset reset. So I reset an asset, and looks like that fixed the problem. So we got one more asset we need to reset. So that's due to a denial of service attack. So someone actually took down our refinery in this case, or our ICS, our industrial control system. So that's not great. Let's go back here and see what are the issues on these. So outdated firmware, default credentials, incorrect access control, default credential. Okay. So we need to fix those things. So we're going to do, no, not system hardening. What's this guy do? Get vendor approval before applying patches, preventing damage to by patching. Yeah, that's actually pretty important. So let's get some vendor approval for the patches we want to run. Let's install. We really do need to install antivirus. I'm trying to look at where the. There we go. Change default credentials. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So change default credentials. Yeah, let's start actually changing those because that is the worst thing ever when you just have default credentials on a computer system. All right, so we're going to get back and we're still changing default credentials. We got, I don't know how this happened, but look, I got all these firewalls and they got default credentials on them. That's not great. But unfortunately, I've seen that in actual penetration tests where you get in there and you're able to get on a router or switch or a firewall and get right in with default credentials. All right, cool. We got our standard patching methods, could do more harm than good in industrial control system. So we got vendor approval for some patches. Ooh, an asset is out of service again. So they are doing something here that is taking out those assets, which is really not great. So look, now we can update firmware here. So we're definitely going to do that. But we're going to need to reset this asset. And then we're going to update the firmware on this guy. Ooh, I don't have enough resources. How much does it cost? Oh, I have no money. Oh, that's unfortunately that's not the first time I've said that in my life. All right, we'll change the two default credentials on there. So finally, our network is free of default credentials. And by the way, it's turned 32, and I still have not installed antivirus on everything yet. So this is, even though we're doing good on the segmentation part, there's still a lot more to do on this network. Maybe that will fix the problem. Integer overflow issue, outdated firmware. All right. So did I get no? I still don't have any money. All right. What are the things we can do with no money? All right. We can't update firmware without money, so that's depressing. But it looks like we got some antivirus license. So let's go ahead and start installing antivirus because that's a good thing to have installed. If you don't have antivirus installed, please install antivirus. That's your public service announcement. Yeah, pray. Yes, I've actually seen that. Like I've talked to customers before where I talk about what is the cybersecurity strategy, and sometimes people literally say it's that they're praying they don't get hacked. Like that is literally the security strategy. I actually think we're doing really well right now. We're rolling out antivirus. We still got a lot of exclamation points, but we are. It's not for lack of. Oh my goodness! Look at all the patching we need to do. Okay, so we're going to install patches there, do some system hardening. And again, I'm really trying to protect this network because notice if they're coming in, they're kind of working their way through. So I really want to make sure this area is secure. Yeah, I really should have patches installed on the intrusion detection center. That might be a good idea. All right. Oh, we got budget now. So I'm actually going to cancel some of that stuff because now I got budget. I can install that firmware. There we go. Now I'll do the patches. All right. So as you can see, there is never enough cybersecurity people. All right. And just a reminder, We will be doing the live stream next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern for anyone that wants to tune in. That will be the developer live stream with the developer, and we'll be going for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how long the stream goes. And we'll be talking. We'll be going through the game. We'll be talking all about the game, some strategies and hints for the game. I'm actually really surprised. I feel like I'm doing really well right now, surprisingly. So that will be next Saturday, which is October 17th at 11 a.m. Eastern. All right. All right, firmware updated. This is great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and update that. Install some antivirus. And what else do I want to do? I have one person left? Yeah, I have one person left. Let's do. Can't do that with one person. System hardening? Oh yeah, there's plenty of things to do system hardening for. Let's see. I'm gonna do the switch because again, I'm trying to work my way over. Next, I'm gonna hit those remote users again because look, they got some issues. Got to fix that incorrect access control. That is the David, that is the best. That is the best comment of the night. And he said, "Imagine working in cybersecurity and then your downtime playing a game. That is like working at work." It's true though. Like that's literally what I'm doing right now. That is the best comment. All right, that's a great question, and you can reach out to the actual ThreatGen company. They do actually have team and corporate licensing for the product, and send them an email, and tell them that crazy Brandon guy sent you, and they got a bunch of different options. I don't know all of them, but definitely look into it because this is, like I said, great for teams. It's great for tabletop exercises. I love this, and I actually recommend to anyone who's new to cybersecurity. This is a great way to learn all about cybersecurity. My wife actually plays this game and actually knows a bunch about cybersecurity now just from playing this game. So when I talk about cybersecurity things, she actually knows what I'm talking about now. Someone asked for the YouTube channel. It's actually called the Hacking Lab. So I do a lot of these live streams on my YouTube channel. If you like it, definitely subscribe. I post a lot of different videos on cybersecurity, hacking, forensics, penetration testing, all kinds of just fun videos around cybersecurity. So if you like this video, please do like, subscribe, share. All right, so I got my 4 guys back. So far, if anyone is in my systems right now, I don't know. So I think we're going to play maybe a few more turns this way, and I might switch over to the red team and look at how it's start giving a look at what it is from the opposite side of the table. I don't want to say that I'm doing pretty good, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay right now. So let's see. So I still need to do that because social engineering is still an issue, but I still need to patch this. So The question is, where do I spend? Oh boy, I still need a lot of endpoint security too. Oh, that was really bad. So just like in real life, so I have decisions now. Where do I want to spend my money and resources? For me right now, I'm actually going to spend on higher security skills training, because that in real life, that is 80% of the way that cyber criminals get in is via that route. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then how many people do I have left? I have one person left. They're going to go ask for more money, and maybe I'll get lucky again. So we'll see, because there's a couple times when I play this game, I keep requesting budget the entire game, and I get really, really lucky. Sometimes if you just ask for more money, again, just like in real life, they'll say no. All right, skipping to the next turn. All right, and look at that, getting those cybersecurity certifications. We got security awareness training. And I love these little quotes they have down there. No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try, from Yoda. And that's so true. Do you try to security, or do you do security? Because trying isn't good enough, right? It's you're not allowed to mess up in this industry. Is you have to almost be ready for any kind of attack any time of the day. It's a really good insight. All right, so we got the security done. What do we want to do next? So I know I need a bunch of, let's see, do I still need network sensors? Yes, I do. So I'm going to install those network sensors, because we started that a little while ago. We didn't finish it. So now we're going to have IDS across the whole network, and we're going to start installing additional endpoint security. So we're going to work our way, and notice we're still working our way from the back, the most vulnerable assets in our network, to the least vulnerable. And that's how you want to do it when you're doing security in real life. What is the most critical assets in your organization versus the least critical? So you want to work your way through that. All right, cool. So we got IDS sensors in place. So we're going to continue doing that. So let's do, we haven't done a penetration test yet. Do I have the money for it? Oh, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to do a penetration test. We're going to do that, and we're going to keep installing endpoint security. We'll have one on that remote computer, the firewall. Definitely. Oh, I'm out of people. Okay. So see how we're continuing to work our way back through the network. And this can take some time. So every time we have a turn is another turn that the other guy might be able to get into your network. And notice we have one of our remote users. They went offline. So I'm a little curious what happened there. So we have the penetration test. I think they do pop in and out from time to time. Just the remote people, because they could be online or not online. So our penetration testing, we still got 3 turns left of that. So we're going to keep installing our endpoint security here. We'll do some system patches, because you should always patch your systems. It is the #1 way to keep the bad guys out of your systems. We're going to patch the SIM over here, because we definitely want that. Now, the other thing I remember about this game, if, for example, the bad guys actually hacked your Active Directory server, like your AD server right here, it allows them to do password attacks a lot more easily than what you would normally be able to do. So that is definitely something to think about when you're doing, like in real life, that cyber criminals actually do that. They try and attack your Active Directory server. They try and steal credentials. And that's a legitimate way that those criminals try and take advantage of that. So just something to be aware of, just in not just in this game, but just in real life, that does happen. which just goes into the level of detail that went into making this game, which is great. All right. So I may actually make it through the entire 75 turns here without a whole lot happening. So this would actually be a first for me. So we'll see how this pans out. If I do make it the whole way through, I'm actually going to be pretty happy with my efforts there. So let's see, what else do we have to? Oh, actually, do you see these skulls here? That means that some type of something happened that knocked these guys over. So that could have been an attack. That might have been the penetration test. I'm not sure, but I'm going to need to reset all these assets, which essentially I think means turning it off and on again. I think that's a fair statement, probably, maybe. Um, where'd my stream go? Oh, oh, there we are. Lost everyone's comments for like a minute. All right, cool. Spent more time finding flavor quotes. I'll start reading off the flavor. I'll start reading off the quotes then because they're very important. I want to call attention to these quotes because they are great quotes. After very careful consideration, sir, I've come to the conclusion that your new defense system sucks. Oh, because an asset is out of service. Ooh, what is going on here? Um, I don't know what's going on there. Huh. Well, activate incident response. And I can do a tech inspection. I'm going to inspect that. I think they're in the network, guys. I think we have an issue, and I need to reset that. Oh, and this is the worst timing too, because we were in the middle of we just finished a pen test. All right, and yeah, I think we have an incident. I'm going to need more money. So I think we did a tech inspection. And I want to inspect this. All right. So tech inspection was completed on firewall 2. I don't know what's going on here, but we need to patch those things. Although notice that's a 0-day. So just like in real life, if you have a 0-day, you can harden the system, but there's not actually a patch to run. So I need a lot of patches. Oof. Let's start with this remote user and work our way back. So, and this is very much like real life, right? The more the more time goes on, the more security issues come out, just like that one recently, the zero login vulnerability. So this stuff does have, oh, we're having issues with this guy again. So I have a feeling that means they're probably somewhere over here and I just can't see them. And they're, yeah, they're probably doing something. So I wonder, let's do an inspection on this guy. And we'll do an inspection on this guy. Yeah. So look, so I did an inspection on this and I can actually see that they've compromised this device. So now I think this is when I can activate incident response, I think. And system hardening. Ah, shoot. Look at all the vulnerabilities I have in this network. So basically they got in through this firewall and they're in this network. No, I had the ICS procedures in place when I did the pen test, but I know they're in here through here right now. So I'm not sure what kept knocking this over because I only did the ICS procedures once. But I definitely need to do some hardening in here. So let's. Oh, that's right, resetting. So I could. I can't reset. Is that because I'm in incident response mode? Maybe. Let me. IR mode activated. Yeah. Let me read what incident response mode does. Activate incident response mode, which enables IR related actions that aren't otherwise available in normal mode. Some standard actions are not available. See incident response procedures. Okay. So clean asset. So here we go. So when you activate incident response mode, you can clean an asset. So that's what we're doing here. We're getting the bad guys out of this firewall. So when you see, you have to inspect an asset, figure out they're there, and then we're going to kick them out. So when we kick them out here, that should theoretically, I think, kick them out of the other stuff, maybe, but we'll have to see. So let's. I had one more guy I could have done something with, but oh well. And kick these guys out. And oh, it's gonna take another turn. So I got two other guys. Can I do anything? No, just same thing. Replace asset. I could replace the entire asset. Ugh. Request budget. We got problems. All right, they're in the systems right now. I have a lot of money too, so the money thing actually shouldn't be an issue. All right, so asset cleaned. So they could still be in this network maybe though. So let's I want to inspect that. Let's inspect this. Now I'm paranoid that they have like persistence or something. All right, so tech inspection succeeded. So I don't think they're on those devices, but I need to patch this stuff. So let's do some patching. Oh, I need to get out of incident response mode. And then let's hire a new staff member. We'll call him Bob. And let's inspect the email server because I don't trust that. Someone could be in the email server. I don't know. It's possible. Oh, tech inspection is threat hunting, finds compromises without an assessment or a pen test. So that's directly from the developer. So that's really helpful. All right. Lots of 0 days. Whew, that is tough. Install antivirus there. Update firmware on the gateway firewall. Yeah, it does actually make it pretty hard to see with all the stealth related stuff, but that I find that makes it a lot more realistic too, because there's a lot of stealth stuff that cyber criminals use, and that makes it hard to see people as well. Er, that's something's going on there again. I don't have enough resources. Ah, man. I got money though. Let's system hardening, system hardening, system patches, system patches. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. So I didn't even realize this over here. Look, they've compromised this device. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Incident response mode. So this is where things get crazy. Look, so I was fighting all the stuff over here. I didn't even realize this skull over here, red, means that we detected that they compromised this. So they're over here trying to attack stuff right now. So I was focusing all my attention over here. They're over here. So yeah, uh, not great. Resetting. Yeah. So I need to go back from incident response. I'm gonna wait next turn, and then I think I can do some more things. Yeah. So IR mode activated. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're just gonna completely replace this asset. Forget that. Ha 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 ha. We're literally just gonna replace the whole thing. And then I'm gonna do a tech inspection of this guy right here. Because something's going on there. Yeah, if you're talking about the YouTube channel, it's the Hacking Lab, and actually the banner I have up right now, that is the full link to the channel. Asset has been replaced and seems to be back to normal for now. All right. So we literally just we put in a new asset because we literally spent $5,000 just put in a brand new asset. So that's that's what we did. And I need to get back to normal mode so I can do some other stuff here because they could still be infecting some of these different things. I do wonder what this glowing red thing means. I think it means we detect something there, but I'm not sure. So, gotta do a tech inspection. We're gonna do some system hardening of, oh my gosh, so many things. So many things. Ooh, that engineering workstation also needs, I'm out, people. I'm gonna hire more people. We need more people. Ooh, I will love that update. There's gonna be an update coming out where we get to name staff. I'm gonna love that because I'm gonna name people and they will have Very good names. Okay. So that was a little scary. I'm not seeing stuff flashing anymore. It doesn't mean they're not in my system because they could still be in somewhere. But right now, I've put out all the fires I know about. I want to be clear, all the ones I know about. So they could still be lurking somewhere in here. So I am trying to update all this stuff like crazy. Because again, I'm almost at the end of the game. If I can make it all the way to 75 turns, I can win if they don't hack me. So we're seeing a lot of action here, which is a really great improvement from the beginning. Oh boy. Oh boy. It looks like my VPN might have been compromised. So let's do a tech inspection of that. We're going to do some patches. We need to make sure these firewalls are patched because if we can have all the firewalls patched and hardened, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get from here over to the other network. And that's why we do the network segmentation, because if we didn't do the network segmentation, once they're in the network, they can go directly to these devices and just literally blow up the entire ICS refinery, which would not be a great thing. Normally when power plants or whatever industrial control system it is blows up, that's not a good thing. People don't tend to get very happy about that. All right, so we did a tech inspection there. It doesn't look like it's compromised, so good. So when we do a tech inspection, again, that's when we're manually looking at the device. We're not relying on our IPS stuff to tell us. Oh, okay. So the red target is an attack attempt, not a compromise. So that's a really good change though from one only a skull is a compromise. So that's a great that's really good to know. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to as you can see, we got a lot of things we need to patch. So let's just get a patching update antivirus, update firmware, system patches. Oh, man, do we got system patches. Are there web servers? Yes, there are actually. I think there are. Because some of these can actually have web server vulnerabilities. So see how this says cross-site request forgery, 0-day. That means on this historian mirror, it's actually there's some kind of web server in here, so it does replicate that. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to switch over to the attacker side, so you'll actually be able to see some of that. I do think that this is one map, but I think I did hear, and I don't want to speak for the developers, but I did hear they were talking about doing potentially other kind of network maps for this as well. Yeah, so the developer just confirmed, Clint just confirmed in the chat that in the future there is going to be additional maps in version 2 of the software. So, but honestly, you get a lot of coverage no matter what kind of network you're using as far as for training purposes just from this because a lot of it is even though it's around industrial control systems, imagine these are anything, right? These could be social security numbers, it could be any of those things, any of the above. It could be, if you're a healthcare company, think of it as the medical devices. All right, so there was an attack attempt on the VPN. There's a 0-day on there. Can I do some system hardening on it? No. 0 days are terrible. Let me tell you, I don't like them. I just don't like them. So we're gonna install system patches on there because there is, yeah. We're gonna so many things that need patched. Do I want to patch or do I want to do some system hardening? Let's do some patching. So system hardening would be similar to, I believe, if you were doing STIG configurations or some type of, you know, Active Directory policies or something where you're specifically just locking down the machine to as secure as you can get it. All right, so I got 4 people back here. Install antivirus. Eventually I will get caught up with all these updates. I got like 6 people now, so you would think it would happen eventually. Now the other thing to think about is the hackers. They can actually keep getting more people too, so they can keep requesting it. So I only got 5 turns left, so we'll see if I can make it through the next 5 turns without any craziness going on. Oh, if I get a red flashing on the asset, it means they're in there somewhere. Okay. So they probably got access to this somewhere. So I need to let's do a tech inspection there. See if they compromise that. I'm going to patch those 2 things. I patched up this pretty well. So, but again, I haven't run a pen test or anything in a while. So there could be new things that I don't know that are on there. So yes, it certainly feels that way. The sad part is that all the things on this network are still so much better right now than a lot of organizations I've worked with. Like organizations almost never have network segmentation like this or any kind of threat hunting capabilities. So that's I don't know if that's like a sad reality, but it's all right. So oh my goodness, I still need a bunch of endpoint security. Well, that'd be really helpful. Yeah, let's get on that VPN since I keep hacking that. And yeah, we're gonna put on that firewall too. And yeah, we're just gonna install it everywhere. All right. So 3 turns left. We're almost done. Ooh, oh boy. We got system patches over there, but it looks like they're trying to come in through here. So I'm just trying to defend this because once they get in through here, they're gonna go this way. They're probably not gonna go this way. So I'm just trying to. I want to shore things up over here. So I'm probably gonna change the weak password. Oh, see how I can't change default credentials anymore? It's because I haven't done a vulnerability assessment, I think, in a while. So some of these things I need to do. Oh, it's weak credentials, not enforce strong passwords. That's what I need to do. And then we're gonna do. How much budget do I have? I got a lot of money and only 2 turns left. We're gonna hire. We're gonna hire Rob. He's gonna help join us with Bob, so he can do stuff. Install endpoint security. Yeah, we're gonna do that. You're not getting by us. We're going to use some Cylance or Carbon Black or some type of really good endpoint protection and hopefully stop them in the track. Look, now we got 7 people, so this should be good. So if they're in here, I'm just going to go crazy because it's like the last turn. So we're just going to inspect everything. I want to know if they're in here. Actually, if I try the firewalls, that'd be a really good indication since they need to get through those. Let's do there too. All right, so let's see. This should be our last turn. Unless that's it. We'll see. Yep, this is our last turn. An intruder was arrested. An unauthorized person was caught trying to enter the facility. So they actually try to do physical security. Because remember, they can do physical security in this game. Tech inspection was completed. So the authorities were called and the person was arrested. Good. Good. So this is the last. This is it. So I think we pretty much got it. Unless they do something pretty amazing, I think we win. So yeah. Just install a bunch of patches here. All right. This is it. So I think after that, yes. So we won. Awesome. So we won. So our results, the red team had a score of 1945. We did 4,345. So we can look at the results. Let's view the other team now. So you can actually see this is what it looks like for the other team. So you can actually see that they had, so they were in the VPN, they were in the PLC, I guess, at some point, and the SCADA server. And the remote user, they were in the historian, so that they had access to quite a few things. They had a rogue device in. Oh my goodness! So they had a rogue like Wi-Fi device. So you can actually see. So if you go through, you can actually see all the stuff they did. So we can see from the beginning they were evading network detection. They did some open source intelligence. They recruited hackers and failed. Haha. They were trying to crack the Wi-Fi, which they succeeded in. Which it was a good thing I started doing Wi-Fi security, but it looks like it didn't help. So we can actually see all the different stuff that they were trying to do. So notice they were trying to do a lot of things that failed, which is good because that means that we were doing a pretty good job then. Yeah, the hacking lab is my YouTube channel, Ozzy. So pretty good. That was a good game. That was a lot of fun. So, and that is ThreatGen red versus blue. So that was the blue side. So I might do it for like another 20, 30 minutes here and then call it a night. But we're going to play as the red team now for a little bit and just look at what that looks like compared to the blue team side. So blue team are going first. So now it's up to us. So we're on the red team now. So this is the only thing we see. So we don't see a whole lot, but our actions are very very different. So you can see we have different campaigns we can do. We can do open source intelligence. We can do recon. We can do malicious flash drive drops and see if people install in. So we're gonna start. Let's do some open source intelligence because that's why I normally always start on my pen tests. We'll do some physical reconnaissance because we can do that. We are not going to create malicious USBs yet. So evade network detection. So this makes it so our next attack is not detected. So I could do that, but I'm actually going to go ahead and recruit more hackers right away because power in numbers. So we're going to go ahead and do that because if they're building up the defenses, the sooner I can try and break into the network when their defenses are low, the better chance I have of potentially getting in. So we have a couple more turns on the things we're doing. Pretty much everything is going to take 2 turns. So we're just going to have to go again. So blue team by now is probably, it's tough to say what they're doing. I don't know if the AI is going to do the exact same thing I did. So that'll be kind of interesting to see. All right. So our open source intelligence is completed and our physical recon is completed. So now we have a better idea of the layout. So we're still recruiting hackers, I guess. And so now we can Move to physically different location to gain direct physical access. So we can actually change the location to get direct access. So we're going to do... We're going to go to the perimeter because we do want to get access. We're going to do a host scan. We don't have enough resources. Oh, I guess we don't. Because we're going to the perimeter. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to do a host scan the next turn because I want to try some of these physical security attacks. So we made it to the perimeter. So we're actually, if we were the hacker, we're on the target site right now. So this would be like someone sitting at a coffee shop across the street from the company you're trying to hack, for example. So now we're going to do a Wi-Fi scan. So we're going to try and get in through Wi-Fi. So this could be pretty interesting because if you remember, it took me a while to do any Wi-Fi security. If it takes them a while as well, this could definitely be an in for us. So we can also do intruder physical recon. We're going to do that as well. So we're going to do some intruder physical recon. See, did we recruit hackers yet? No, we failed to recruit hackers. So what else do we want to do? Yeah, we're already doing that. We're doing the Wi-Fi scan. I think that's it. So we're going to close out of there for now. Because I think when we do the physical stuff, it actually locks us out of some of the other stuff. All right, so our insider physical recon was successful. So look at our location perimeter. So this is literally where we're sitting, and here's that organization. That's pretty scary. So now, all right, so we didn't find any assets before we compromised them, so that we're going to change location back to, oh, look, we can infiltrate the office building. We can leave the target's property, or we can place an implant so we can get inside the perimeter. So we can try and use social engineering or physical. So we're going to try some social engineering, and we're going to try and plant a device. So this should be fun. And then, yeah, we're going to do a plant. And then I'm not going to do anything else yet. This is a lot of fun doing the physical security parts of this. It opens up a lot of doors for the way the cyber criminal can potentially attack, just like in real life. So the plant failed. So we're going to try it again. We'll see. Maybe they did some physical security stuff before we did this. I don't know. Go to plant, physical failed. Okay. Well, let's try getting in the corporate office. Why not? Wonder if they're on to us by now. We're going to get somebody arrested here. Yes, we've successfully got into the corporate office. Thank you. What's a good receptionist name? Thank you, Pam, for letting us in. Good job, Padawan. You've successfully entered the corporate office using social engineering, but hurry before you are caught. So look, if you notice, the background actually changed. So this is us. We're actually physically inside the office. So now we can plant a rogue device. So this is where we're going to plant our rogue device. And then we're going to get the heck out of Dodge and go back, because once we have our rogue device planted successfully. So this is our on-site rogue device. So now we have a rogue device that is in the network. So we're going to go ahead and change location. We're going to go back to, try to gain access to corporate data servers. Oh, that's too much fun. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try and get access to the server room. And we're gonna run a host scan because we're on site now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that because we got the rogue device there. And we're gonna do a host scan on both of those. So this is fun. So you can begin to see how dangerous it can be as the on the hacking side. So look, notice all the devices that came up. Oh shoot. We've been caught trying to break into. You've been arrested. You lose 3 resources for 3 turns and 10 points. So we lost. Some of our guys got arrested, but that's okay because we're already inside. So they're too late. They're too late. So some people got to take one for the team, but that's all right. So we did a port scan, we got a switch, and we got the Wi-Fi router. Let's do some more port scanning because what we want to do is we want to find, because they don't have any segmentation right now, we really want to find something that we can just hack right into. Like one of this. Oh, looks like we got kicked out. Ooh, what happened? So they must have found out we were in and kicked us out. So that's okay. So we're gonna do, yeah. So we're gonna do a host scan. We're gonna do a spear phishing. No, we don't have enough people for a spear phishing attack. Hack campaign. I don't think we got enough people for any of this stuff. We only have one person. So we're going to, and this is all the different things we can research. So notice here we can research different types of attacks to make them more valuable. Crack Wi-Fi. See, look at all the different things we can do here. Clone RFID badge, cover tracks. So I probably should have did some of that stuff. But that's all right. We're going to go next turn. All right, so now we see 2 assets here. So let's go ahead and run a port scan of these guys. And we're going to do a spear phishing attack too. And we might go back physically on site. So notice as the attacker, you can try different things and try different things. So there's our remote user and our gateway. So we're going to try and just compromise that remote user. So let's do some service enumeration. We'll do some service enumeration on the gateway too, because they finally have a gateway firewall. So the reason we probably got kicked out was probably because of that gateway firewall. So now this is where we can find public vulnerabilities. We can do some fuzzing. I'm gonna do some fuzzing. See if there's any specific vulnerabilities we can take advantage of. So fuzzing is gonna take us another turn. Oh shoot, I had 3 people. Oops. Oh well. So our spear phishing attack failed, but we did find new vulnerabilities. So we're going to use all 5 of our people to attack. We'll select our target. We're going to take out the remote user. We'll do weak password, and we want to manipulate this asset. So that's going to take, oh, our attack failed. All right. Well, now we'll go after this one. We'll do incorrect access control, and we'll do manipulation. See if we can get in that firewall. We can get in that firewall. We should be able to get back into the network. And successful attack. So now we have, we now have control of an asset. You can use it as a pivot, meaning you can perform a host scan from that asset. Yep. So now we're inside this firewall. So we can do a host scan from it, but I want to actually cover our tracks. So I don't want them to see that we're in there. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a host scan. And what else do I want to do? We're going to evade network detection. So if they have a SIM in place or some type of network detection, they should have been able to see us by now. So good thing we did some network detection. We have a network detection, and we covered our tracks. So now we've covered our tracks, so we should be able to do a host scan from this firewall now. And we'll go ahead and do a port scan on this guy. And we're going to sniff network traffic. Because you can always do some crazy things when you're sniffing network traffic. So sniffing network traffic would be like opening Wireshark and looking at all the stuff there. So that would be a good example of that. So notice we got a bunch of different assets here. So we don't have as many as before, which means they probably did do some network segmentation now. So it is going to be probably a little bit harder for us to get into systems now. So let's do some port scanning. So we can do some port scanning of these different devices, see what they are. Our network traffic. We found exposed credentials in the clear by sniffing the network traffic. So that should make net password cracking a little bit easier. So we have the mail server in here. So I think if we compromise the mail server, I believe that will actually make it easier for us to, if I remember correctly, it should make it easier for us to break into any like social engine, like break into any accounts and maybe even send phishing emails. So we're definitely going to do that. So I'm going to enumerate this. I do want to try and take over the VPN as well. We're going to enumerate some of this stuff. We're going to try and find public vulnerabilities. So let's go. So we did find some public vulnerabilities. In the mail server, we have a Stack Overflow. We have a whole bunch of issues in the VPN. And so let's actually attack. And which one do I want to take over? Let's take over the VPN. We're going to use weak password. And our attack did fail. So let's try and think what I want to try and attack now. So let's try and attack the mail server because I'd like to get access to that. Really do need to recruit more hackers at this point. And that attack failed too. So that's not helpful. Let's try and take over this firewall. Default credentials enabled. Yeah, let's do that. Really? Need to do some research because clearly. So let's evade network detection. Let's do some fuzzing to find some more vulnerabilities, and we'll look for public ones too. So maybe we'll find some more vulnerabilities we can use. And this is very much the same way when I'm doing a pen test. You're just throwing a lot of different things against the wall and kind of seeing what sticks. And that's one thing I really do love about this game because it very much is very realistic. This is, even though you're not seeing all the technical code behind the scenes and everything that goes on, it's very true to form and what you actually do. All right, cool. New vulnerabilities found. We found a corporate router. We found the CMS server. We found the AD server. So I really want to get into the AD server. because that could really give us access to a lot. We're going to do some enumeration there. And what else do I want to do? I got 2 people. I'm going to recruit more hackers. Why not? I want to do more stuff. I don't got enough hackers. I need more hackers. You can also upgrade your rig, so that way you can increase your total available points, which is pretty cool too. All right, so now we've done some more enumeration. So now we're going to do some fuzzing. We're going to find some vulnerabilities. So hopefully, because I actually really want to take that AD server. So we're going to try and do some more attacks. I might need to do some research so that my attacks work better. So if you do research, it actually will make your attacks work better. And notice you can do research on a whole bunch of different types of attacks. So one of the things I might do is weak passwords. Maybe I got to see what are the things most of them have. So CFRS, Stack Overflow, ooh, remote file inclusion. Heap overflow, weak password. Yeah. So we're going to do, I can't do another attack right now. I still got people doing things. So we'll find some more vulnerabilities. And then next turn, we'll launch an attack. We'll launch another attack. They haven't figured out we're there yet, apparently. So this is good in that. But oh, yes. So we got additional hackers. We recruited some more. So we got +2 resources. So that's going to be really helpful for us. So we can do some more types of attacks. So now we're going to do an attack. What target do we want? We're going to take out this AD server because I really want this. We're going to do weak passwords. And notice the little asterisk. That means that it should be, I believe, a stronger attack against that server. And now since we have 2 other people, we can actually do an attack campaign. And we're going to do a watering hole attack. So that's going to try and get in through the website. So what I really like to do is to almost always have a phishing campaign going, because that can just give you access directly into a server. So if you can be hacking and have enough hackers in one area to just keep doing that, that would be that'd be a good way to do that. I do not have an autographed copy of your book. I'd love to get an autographed copy of your book. I will enter in to win that. And I will be there next week. All right, so we got 4 people. Oh, what did I just tell someone to do? I don't want them to do something. I want them to attack again. So we failed our attack again. Not great, but that's okay. We're going to try again. That's what you do when you fail. You try again. So I really want into this AD server. We're going to try command injection. Let's go with that. So let's see. Hopefully our luck is a little better this time. And it was. Oh no, that was the first. Security measures are our first attack campaign. Oh yes, so we did completely compromise it. So I think we just got 2 different compromises. So we got the AD server, and our watering hole attack was apparently successful as well. So now we have this AD server. So let's cover our tracks on that. Cover tracks. And we still have this campaign going on. I want to do port scan here. So we covered our tracks. So hopefully they didn't tell that we're on this server. So now we compromise the AD server. So that's the sim. So that'd be another really good one to compromise so they can't see what we're doing. So our next attack, we want to get that DMZ firewall. And we're gonna do default credentials again, because that should work. Really should. Let's see. Especially since we have the AD server now. Hopefully we got some nice credentials from that. And we actually might switch over to, so what I might actually do is I think I'm actually going to end this campaign, and I'm going to use those 2 people to actually just start recruiting hackers and just keep going with the 5 I have and just keep trying to recruit as many as I can. Because if I can build up a nice little army in the next like 30 turns, that would allow me to do a lot more things. All right, so I only got 4 people now, but I want to find, so let's find some more vulnerabilities. Actually, instead of that one guy, I might do some research, maybe. Uh, let's look at what we can do for research. So this research does take 2 turns, but it does make your attacks that much better. So let's do, it only takes 1 turn for research passwords, so that's what we're going to do. And then, let's see. I think I'm already doing fuzzing. No, I'm not. Okay, so we're going to do fuzzing, and we'll do that. So that way I should have 5 back next turn, and I can do another attack. And that should work out really well. Yes, so our weak passwords research was completed. Our campaign ended. So we still do have 2 people tied up, but I do have enough to do another attack. So now we're going to, oh, look. So notice when it's cracked like this, that means that they have, notice weak password has 2 next to it. That means that we have a much better chance of compromising that asset. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack this guy. Actually, before we do that, so here's the thing. So we are on, so we can aid in weak password attacks. So we want to harvest credentials. So yes, I did miss that. So we want to harvest credentials, and so we're doing that. I want to evade network detection. So that way my next attack evades network detection. And then with our last 2 people, we're going to do some more research. So we're going to do oh no, I can't do advanced research passwords because that costs. We're going to research default credentials. So that only takes 1 turn. So that's another good one to research because they don't take a lot, especially near the beginning of the game. They have security appliances can't have security vulnerabilities. I wish that was true, Michael. Like that would be phenomenal if that was actually true. But I have actually seen it quite a bit where security appliances have quite a lot of vulnerabilities. And I'm sure that your statement was in jest, but I just want to be clear for anyone that doesn't know. When you have a security appliance, it can actually have a vulnerability, and some of the worst vulnerabilities have actually been antiviruses that had security issues in them. All right, so let's look at what we got here. So we researched default credentials. Our next attack is going to evade network detection, which is always nice. We harvested those credentials from Active Directory. We did some fuzzing. We did a lot of stuff last turn. That was all really, really good. I mean, bad depending on how you look at it, but you get what I mean. All right, so we're going to pilfer some data on that corporate server. And we should have 5 people left, so we have enough to launch another attack. And we really want to take out this firewall now, and now we have a good chance of getting it because of default credentials, because we did that research. So now we're going to go ahead and attack this. And since we're covering our tracks as we go, it'll hopefully help us to stop from being detected. What we might do at some point is try and get rid of the SIM server and take it out. We might even just do denial of service so they can't actually see what we're doing. All right, pivot available. So that means we successfully got into this firewall. So now with our 2 extra people we have over here, oh, I can't recruit hackers right now. Okay, that's fine. Let's do a host scan from here because we're going to want to pivot and see what the next firewall part is. I'm going to cover my tracks on, oh, I don't have to on this one. Let's cover tracks here and cover tracks here because I want to make sure that I really want to avoid detection at this point, because if I get locked out at this point, I have to start from the beginning. So, and we're already on turn 38, And if I can continue to get through the network without him noticing I'm there, it's gonna be good. Definitely joking around. Yes, I would love that. I would love to get. Thank you, Clint. I would love that poster. I would hang it up right here on this wall because I need a good poster for this wall and I don't have one to put there right now. So I would really love that. All right, cool. So look at all these devices we found. So all these devices are actually behind this firewall. So now we can start doing some scanning on these devices. So we're going to go ahead and we have, oh, not host, port. So, and we have a good amount of people now. So we have, 7 people or 7 resources, so to speak. So we can do quite a bit of scanning here. So we're going to be able to see pretty much everything in one turn, which is what we really want. Oh, that'll be really cool. So in version 2, we'll actually be able to see some of those credentials and explicitly know what they are. So this is the PCN firewall. This is the user workstation. So now we're getting into the point where we're starting to really see we're really close to compromising some really critical devices here. So we're really getting a lot closer to that. So one of the things I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do some fuzzing on this turn. I got 3 more people. Actually, instead of fuzzing, what I'm going to do is we're actually going to do some major research here because I want to have something that's really high in research. So we're going to do advanced weak passwords, and then we're going to do some find public vulnerabilities. And what that's going to do for me is by having really good research in that's going to raise my percentage chance of infecting a device, because just like in real life, you have different pen testing teams that are really good at maybe using PowerShell to get into devices, or really good at pivoting or doing something in this technology. Like you have people that are experts at hacking Active Directory. And we're seeing that here, right? When we're doing research, that's what we're doing. We have specific skill set in that area so that when you're trying to break into something, you have a really good chance of getting in. And not only just getting in, but getting in without getting detected too. All right, cool. So we have all these devices. So now we need to do some service enumeration. So we'll do that on what devices? So I want to take out these user workstations. I also want to enumerate the SIM because I think I really do want to attack that SIM or denial of service and really take it down. Like I really want to take that SIM down. All right, so now our advanced password research is completed. So you can see the corporate router, because it's got a weak password. See how it's like on fire? We have a really good chance of taking that guy over, and that's why. So now we still have some stuff we need to do service enumeration on. We want to get into that firewall. We're just going to do a bunch of service enumeration here, and then we're going to go ahead and find some vulnerabilities, and we're going to attack. And this is very similar to what you would do in a penetration test or a red team exercise. Enumeration, enumeration, enumeration. You would pick up as much information as you can before you do an attack and try and be as careful as you can to not get caught, because that's the same way the cyber criminals do it. All right, so now we have a lot of stuff enumerated. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some fuzzing. And I think we might actually attack something, but let me see. Did I evade? Because I want to make sure I evade network detection. Okay, I did. So now let's see. We want to attack. We didn't find any vulnerabilities for this thing yet, and that's really our next spot. But taking over the VPN would also be really beneficial for us. So we're going to go ahead and take over this VPN. We're going to use weak passwords. So notice 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got a really high chance of being successful. So we're going to do that just to give us another foothold into the network. I prefer unicorns. Our attack on the VPN failed. Well, try again. ah, man, those attacks on that VPN keep failing. I don't know why. Now, just because you have a really good chance doesn't mean you'll get in. It just means that you have a better chance of getting in. All right, so we're going to do some more fuzzing because I'm still waiting to get a vulnerability on this. I might have to do some reverse engineering. I really want to get access to that VPN. And still not working. So that is very disheartening. And and sometimes you attack and sometimes you don't get in. But we are playing the long game here. Hmm. So for some reason, we are really having a hard time getting into that VPN without attack. So I'm not quite sure why. But notice we now have some 0 days on this firewall. So we're going to go ahead and attack this firewall because that's the thing we want to get into to pivot to the next part of the framework. We'll try outdated firmware. We got 2 more people left. And what are we going to do with those 2 people? We got some more service enumeration we can do. Just that switch. So I'm going to do some more fuzzing. See if there's any other vulnerabilities we can find. And there is an esports competition coming up that will involve red versus blue, and anyone is going to be able to enter the competition at the virtual Houston Security Conference in the first week of November. So, really great news if you're interested in being a part of that. All right. So our attack on this was successful, as you can see. So now we're going to be able to pivot. So the first thing we're going to do, just like we did with all the other ones, we're going to cover our tracks. Now I really do need to cover my tracks on a bunch of these now, but we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a host scan from, I don't know why I can't do a host scan. Probably because I'm covering my tracks first. So I got 2 other people. What do I want to do here? Let's look for some public vulnerabilities, maybe. I might end up having them do another phishing attack. So we did find some new vulnerabilities and we covered our track. So that's good. So now we should be able to do another host scan from this PNC firewall, PCN firewall, and find yet more assets. So we're now through 2 firewalls. So I think there was 4 in total that we needed to break through. So the other thing I think we're going to do is we're going to do some more research here. And let's do some research on integer overflows. And then we'll also do, actually, instead of research on that, let's go ahead and upgrade our rig. So that'll take 4 turns, but it will give us, it will increase our total available points by 1. So, and we can just use the other hackers for doing some enumeration on the devices we find. So we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new devices. We got 2 people, so we're going to use those 2 people while we're upgrading our rig. We're going to do some port scanning on these guys. And then notice we're already three-fourths through this game. So, and you can tell one big thing for a lot of the changes I really love in 1.4 is it really does keep you active during the entire 75 turn game. Where before it could be easy to kind of rest on your laurels that you were safe at a certain point. It's definitely a lot harder in 1.4, which is going to be really great. All right, so this is the SCADA firewall. So this is the one we want to get through. So this is the one we're going to do some service enumeration on this guy. And once we break through this firewall, then those are the assets we need to compromise to win the game. So we're at the critical point here, and we still haven't got kicked out yet. So our rig was upgraded to level 2. They replaced our asset and removed one of our pivots. So they actually got rid of our access into the PCN firewall. So that's no bueno. So that's no good, but that's okay. So we're going to evade network detection. And we're going to do some reverse engineering. We're going to do some high-end stuff. And then with our 2 people we have left, we are going to do some more fuzzing to try and find some additional vulnerabilities we can take advantage of, because we're going to need to try and get back into that PCN firewall. So we prepared our network evasion. We'll find some public vulnerabilities. Found some new vulnerabilities. We got 3 people. What's some of the things on this? So heap overflow and outdated firmware. So let's do some research on that stuff. So research heap overflows. We need 3 people. It takes 3 turns. That's fine. Let's do that, because we really need to get into this firewall. We got 5 people now. So we're going to attempt to attack. We could get into the Wi-Fi router. I think I want to take out the SIM, and I want to do a denial of service. And we're going to try heap overflow. And the reason we want to do that is because we basically want to blind them to all of our attacks. The live stream coming up on Saturday will be free, so it'll be on LinkedIn. It'll be on all the same channels. So it'll be on LinkedIn. I'll be streaming on Facebook and all the other areas too. Oh yeah, and the esports stuff will be out soon too. So that'll be some great stuff. All right here. So let's see. Did my attack work? No, it did not. Which I really want it to work, because I really want to take out that SIM. So let's try local integer overflow. Now, denial of service is a lot easier, tends to be easier to pull off than full manipulation of an asset. So heap overflow research was successful. Our attack on the SIM was not, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to try attacking the SIM, and this time we're going to do our heap overflow. We're going to do a denial. Try and take that out. And I should have used my other 3 guys, so that was my mistake. And that did not work. Okay, that's fine. So evade network detection. Research. And we're probably going to do advanced heap overflows. So it's going to cost us 4 people in 3 turns, but we really need to get into this firewall. So we're going to do that. We're going to do Go ahead and do service enumeration there, and then we're going to do some fuzzing. We're really, really close, guys. And it is almost the end of the game. So we almost got through 2 full games. All right, so we got 2 people left. And what do we want to do? We're going to evade network detection. And I don't think there's any research we can do with just one person right now. So we're just going to, we just have that leftover person sitting there. So we got some new vulnerabilities we found. That's all good. We only have 4 people right now. So we'll do evade, and then we're going to cover our tracks, and we will cover our tracks on the firewalls. I really don't want them to know we're in there. I mean, they know we're in there. They must know we're in there. All right, cool. So advanced heap overflow research is completed, and our tracks were covered. So now so now this is outdated firmware. So they patched the one. But now look at all these other things that are really bad. So we're going to actually perform an attack on the SIM with heap overflow. And we're going to try just full manipulation this time to just try and take over the whole SIM. And then I'm going to do fuzzing and find vulnerabilities. Hopefully find some new vulnerabilities. I'm going to have to do some reverse engineering soon. We did find some new vulnerabilities. So that was successful. That still is just that heap overflow. We did not take over the SIM, dang it. We really want to do that. Avoid network detection, and we're going to do some reverse engineering. So because we really, really need some better vulnerabilities, or just some more. Yep. So the blue team just removed one of our pivots. So we were in the DMZ firewall. They just removed us from that. But that's okay because I think we're still okay because we're in the Active Directory server still. So they haven't seen us there, which is fine. So I think we can still attack. Oh no, we can't. We cannot attack the PCN firewall anymore. So that's not a good thing. So let's try. We're gonna try taking out this SIM again. Yeah, I do. What do you mean I don't have enough resources? Oh, I only have 3. Okay. So we're gonna try a spear phishing attack with the 3 people I have, kind of to try and get in some other ways because we're running out of time. We only got 10 turns left. So the blue team might win this one. So let's try taking over the VPN this time. We'll do. Ooh, look at the weak password. Manipulation. Come on. No, come on. We're just really unlucky right now, is what's happening. So let's create some malicious USBs. Evade network detection. And we're going to do some research because we really need to do something. Find some more vulnerabilities. Because there's no vulnerabilities on this firewall that we can use to get into. Okay, cool. We found some more. And we created some malicious USBs. So we're actually going to change gears here. We're going to move back to the perimeter. We're going to try attacking that now. Some of the information we have. Now we're going to clone the RFID card. We're going to do a malicious USB drop. We're going to do some insider internal recon. No, this other stuff is locked out right now. I don't think I have the resources right now to do an attack, but we're gonna. Ah, shoot. So we were asked to leave. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, we're gonna do a spear phishing campaign. We're gonna try and attack something. Maybe I won't do spear phishing campaign. This is where you start to panic a little bit because we're almost at. We got 5 turns left, so we gotta do something. And nothing appears to be working very well right now. We started out really strong, but as the blue team got better, it got a lot harder for us to break in. All right, so we finally successfully compromised, so we can pivot from the VPN server. So at this point, I'm not even going to bother covering a lot of my tracks because I just need to like try and get in as much as possible. I don't got there's no time. Like there's no time for anything. Because we only have like 3 turns left to compromise one of the systems. Okay, cool. So we got we're in the user workstation. So we got in there. So we should be able to we can harvest credentials, we can pilfer data. We still can't damage the ICS process because we're not quite there yet. But we can scan from some of these devices. So we might be able to use the workstation to get into the PNC firewall. So we can get to the PCN firewall again. So yeah, we're gonna try taking that guy out. Because we only have like 3 turns to try and turn this around. So we're gonna try. It's gonna be difficult. So our attack failed. So that No, okay. I accidentally hit end turn. So that's bad. Okay, cool. We found new vulnerabilities. That's great. That doesn't help me right now. And we will try spearfishing. See what happens. Ah, the blue team removed one of our pivots and the gateway firewall pivot. So I don't even know if we can even attack anything anymore. So we can, because we have this user workstation, I think. But we can't. We certainly can't get as many places as we could before. And this is the last turn. So we're not going to be able to win this, unfortunately. Yeah. So the blue team won. So they did a really good job. So that gives you an idea of what that looks like. So you can see this is where we actually were at with the user workstation. I thought we had the engineering workstation. So I was actually wrong about that. But this is where we were trying to get. And they did a good job of keeping us out. I think I wasted a lot of time in the beginning doing the physical stuff, and then the physical stuff didn't work, got arrested and all that. I think it would have been better. I should have scanned right away and then after that done the physical stuff. I think probably would have been a better strategy, but I think that was good. So this gives you a good view of the game. And again, we'll be playing next week, Saturday at 11 a.m. We'll be doing the live developer stream. You can get this game at Steam. I think it's about 30-ish dollars. You can download and play it. So I have the link up on the screen right now. I did see that comment in the chat. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like this video, you want to see more, please go to my YouTube channel, The Hacking Lab. Like, subscribe, tell me other things you want to see on the channel. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And take care. And stay safe, everyone.